Romero came out recently and made some statements about Ryan Garcia, and he made a lot of statements about Ryan Garcia, in a lot of different ways. It seemed like sometimes he's friends, then it seems like he's borderline friends with him. And sometimes it feels like it's personal at times because it was a time that Rolly was actually upset with Tiafimo and Ryan recently because as you can see, last year when Ryan and Rolly, when Rolly and Tiafimo was kind of doing the things they were doing, Rolly was not really included like that. He was kind of, on the outside, really had a problem with what he was saying, um, because, the things that Ryan Garcia was saying. But he came out and said that he feels like Ishmael Barroso, who people refer to as the old man, uh, he hits harder than Ryan Garcia. And if I had to, I think I definitely have to agree with that. I think Ishmael Barroso is one of the hardest punchers in boxing, period. And with the power he has for Rolly, and Rolly's been in the ring with everybody. Rolly's not a guy who's just been in the ring. He's been in the ring with Tank, all these guys he's been in the ring with. He said Ishmael Barroso is a harder puncher than Ryan Garcia. And he knew who Ryan Garcia was before most of these fans did. So, as I repeat, he says Ishmael Barroso can hit harder than Ryan Garcia. Not the Ryan Garcia that Devin Haney was fighting last year that everybody keep bringing up. As Rolly can confirm, that's not the guy that he fought. People will say, oh, that's not the same guy, though. That's not what he's saying. He's saying as far as the power that he's felt from Ryan Garcia is not the power. That's like people trying to make it seem like, well, the power that Tank has now is different. Because I know somebody's going to try to say that. Well, the power that Ryan has now is different from then. So when did Tank get more power? At 24, 25, 26? Come on, let's be real. Everybody who has power in boxing had power all the way through their career. So for Rolly Romero to say that Ishmael Barroso has more power, that is a very valid statement. To be honest with you, he's one of the only guys in boxing that can make that kind of statement about Ryan Garcia. And he's the best person to make that statement about Ryan Garcia. I'll take it a step further and say that he's better to say that about Ryan Garcia than his own family members or Teofimo Lopez. So, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, as I've said recently, everybody who knows me, I got a lot of hate for posting a video about how Ryan Garcia looks different. Even Bill Haney just said recently in the videos that Ryan Garcia looked different. Not one person even referred to that comment about him looking different because nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. So at the end of the day, if you don't care, when the results look different, don't try to question why it looks different then, because it will eventually look different. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. The results are eventually gonna look different. But Rolly was saying a lot of things about Ryan Garcia's situation, man. About him just being focused, and he's been in the ring with him already, and more power. So, because people always refer to the power, because they're not going to say Ryan Garcia is a superior boxer than everybody else as far as his skills. When they talk about Ryan, they say left hook, power. They don't say nothing about combinations and how he's slipping punches and how he's moving like Lomachenko. They say nothing like that. They refer to exactly what Rolly brought up, the power. So it's a lot of things that's coming up around Rolly and Ryan Garcia's name. People trying to figure out certain things, but as he said before, he like I said, man, he's the best person to get in the ring with Ryan Garcia, because you got to think about it. For a lot of people that say, "Oh, Ryan Garcia was just," well, I'm not gonna say that. I'll say that for later on. But that's all I got, man. Like and subscribe.